So guys, this is Having Fun with Weapons Part 38. This is a top 8 list, not a top 5 list like I mentioned later on. Don't pay attention to that. Okay. Having Fun with Weapons Part 38. Top 8 of my favorite weapons. So guys, this is number 1 on the list. It is the Enforcer. It's a toilet plunger handle. There's a nail put in, a couple nails put in right there. Electrical tape for the handle. And then a bunch of nails. I think it's like 30 something maybe. A tack. Fake blood put on it. Then black Sharpie. This weapon is number 1 on the list because it's one of my favorites, and I created a story to go along with it and everything, give it a backstory, which I kind of do that a lot with some of my weapons. And those weapons, I don't know why, but I like more than my other ones because I give them a backstory. This one of the really main reasons it's one of my favorites is because I write books and stuff. Well, nothing that's been published, just to let you know. I wrote a bunch of stories, if that's what you can mainly call them. And this is one of the weapons of one of the main villain type people in it. It's more of a torture weapon. This one I will not be testing in this video because it's my all-time favorite one, just because. And if you can't tell, there's some cracks right there. So instead of testing this one, I will be testing another weapon in its place. I hope you guys can see me. This is Having Fun with Weapons Part 38. And this is a top 5 list, my top 5 favorite weapons. I don't know if you can see them over there because I'm in front of it and can't tell. But the weapons are over there. Number 1 is right there. Number 1 is the Enforcer, which you just saw that. And it will not be tested because I don't want to break it into a bunch of little pieces because it's already cracking. And yeah, you already know why it's my favorite. Well, why it's number 1 on my list for now. It will probably never be moved down. So instead of testing that one, I said I'd test a different weapon. So I'm just going to pick up the Mini Ripper and test it. It's not number 2 on the list, just to let you know. I'll carry the Enforcer over there with me and then pick up the Mini Ripper on my way over. This is the Enforcer. We'll be testing this in the place of this because I don't want to break it. I think you all should know why this is on the list. Oh man, just thought of something. I got the title part wrong. It's top 8, not top 5. I love that sound. The Enforcer's number 1. Number 2 on the list would be the Party Starter. A broom handle with this gear attached to it. Red electrical tape over top of black. Some hot glue right there. The gear. I put some Gorilla Glue in there too to hold it on. Then it has this balloon for looks. And then more electrical tape. It's also Eli's favorite weapon out of mine I've made. But this is number 2 on my list. Now for the test part of the Party Starter. Just put the Party Starter in the sheath thing I made, holster, whatever you want to call it. Well, today's a sad day for the party starter. I knew it was a matter of time before it broke. I can never get a good swing like Eli could with it. It split. This is a sad day, Eli. I think we need a moment of silence. So pause the video and have a moment of silence for the party starter. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen eventually. I've been planning on remaking it out of complete metal instead of having the wooden handle. But I could never do the same strike that Eli did this one time. I've tried multiple times and I can never hit it the same way. I don't know if I might have hit the handle when I did it, but if you guys could tell if I hit the handle, let me know in the comment section. This thing will still be number 2 even though it's broken on my list. But moving on, I don't know, this is really sad for me. I know it's kind of weird, but when you're a type of person that loves making weapons, it's sad when you have to hold in your hands something that you've destroyed a lot of stuff with and loved holding, have to hold it broken. This is a sad day for my weapons. I really wish I could have got the perfect strike on that and then busted it open like Eli did that one time. So, yeah. Now for number 3. And number 3 now, which is Knock Knock. It's not the best out of my weapons, but it's one of my favorites because it's the very first weapon I tested in a video. And then it's been damaged, but it still works. I'm gonna eventually remake it better or fill it with something. So it's just a metal piece of fencing with some duct tape and electrical tape for a handle. This is number 3, Knock Knock. The testing portion is now. Now for Knock Knock's test. No, number 3 on the list. Don't worry, I knew that was gonna happen. It was broken before. It happened in a different video. It's still fine. Works as a weapon. All I do is just shove it back on. I know it flies off like almost every time. I think there's rarely a time when I hit it something it doesn't fall off. Number 3's test is done now. The problem solver is number 4 on the list. The reasoning for that is because it's one of my originals. One of the longest ones that's been in my collection and it hasn't shattered. Well, technically this is the problem solver number 2. The first one was smaller and broke. So it's just a brick with a broom handle. Some screws and nails holding it on. And then I painted it red. I think it looks good. Top this target like that. Then there's electrical tape for the handle. And this little hook thing that was in it to hang it on the wall. Problem solver number 3. The test video will be any second. It would be a really sad day if this one broke on me too. Holy crap. If only you guys could have saw what I just saw. You guys couldn't see it, but off to the side, when I hit that, it like sprayed up into the air and it looked like it was raining, which looked really cool. So number 3 is the problem solver, and we're moving on to number 4 now. So guys, this is number 5. At the end of the last test part, I think I said number 3, and then said let's go to number 4, but if I did, correct me in the comments. If I didn't, just tell me I got it right. So this is the Mini Ripper. It's number 5, because why not? Just looks, you know what I'm talking about, what it looks like. Certain word that starts with a B and ends in an S. And plus, I got the idea from Zombie Go Boom after they got the idea from, I think it was Dead Island. So the baseball bat is all doing a bolt, holding it on. Test portion. We all know what this is going to do to that bottle. I just love the sound that makes. It's just so satisfying to watch it spin. I don't know if it's satisfying to you guys, but that's something satisfying to me. I'm a weird person. I even especially love that sound. So that was number 5. Well then, this is number 6. It is the Spinning Death. I will not be testing it because I don't want to completely destroy it. It's mainly just for looks and cutting, and you can cut a bunch of apples up with it. It's slow at cutting, well, kind of slow. It's just a piece of wood with a switch put on it, and a motor attached to a fidget spinner with a bunch of razor blades. And then all this mess of cords and electrical tape runs to that switch, runs up to the motor, runs down the handle, and it plugs into a wall, which I will eventually make one of these so I can test it better and use freaking battery, maybe a drill, I don't know. That just made me think. I could have just freaking attached this to a drill and not attached it to the motor like that. So that was number 6. We'll not be testing that one. So yeah. Can't wait to clean up all those bottles. Number 7. So guys, number 7 is not on, it's on the list not because it works very well or anything. It's just on the list because it looks funny. This is a piece of it. It's no longer together because I Gorilla Glued it after I stuck the knife through it. It was a toilet plunger with a knife through it. It was just, the only reason it's on this list is because I thought it was funny looking. The picture will be shown after this. Also will not be a test video for that, obviously, because it's, well, there was already, but there won't be a test in this. I might put it back together if you guys wanted to see me do that. But yeah. It used to have a handle. The handle just broke off and was a piece of plastic on the inside. So yeah, it was, I didn't even have a name for it. It was one of my weapons from my Dollar Tree challenge that I'm going to have Eli do a video, a piece of, in one of the having fun with weapons parts. So yeah, if you can think of a name for that weapon, the toilet plunger with a knife through it, comment it, please. Also, while we're at talking about commenting, if you like the video, well, if you like my videos, hit the like button, subscribe, comment, and my Instagram name might be down in the description if you want to look me up on Instagram. Follow me so you can see pictures of some of the weapons I make and stuff. And yeah. This is probably the longest I've taken on a video in a while. This, guys, is number 8. It's number 8 because I didn't fully make it. I just basically modified it. It was just a cheap katana that I got, samurai sword, whatever you want to call it. That I made a new handle for because the handle broke and I modified it. It's a little bit sharper than it was. I think it needs sharpened up again. And it's getting a bit rusty. I did not do any changes to this. I might to make it shorter to fit the blade better because the blade was shortened. I kind of gave it the nickname of the cursed katana, but that's not what its name is going to be. It's just basically a modified sword for now. Unless you want to give it a name. And then if you do give it a name, I will give you credit in whatever videos I tested in. Yeah, if you got a name for it, comment it down. But it's just basically an old cheap katana that I repaired, modified, / repaired. And that is why it's number 8. Because I did not fully make it. The only thing I fully made mainly was the handle, which kind of needs repaired. I will be cutting 4 bottles in it, not straight in half, but I'll be cutting 4 bottles up. Try it. Yeah, it needs sharpened. It did nothing. Well, then, it's really dull. I expected it to at least do a little cutting, but it didn't. I'm probably going to do just a stab now. Time to drop this in and start. Only 5 bottles. Yep. Works for thrusting. Stuff. Stabbing. Well, number 8 is done being tested. So now to finish off those bottles. Now for me just destroying all those bottles. That is so sad. Hoping I can get it to where you can see it split. I really should start doing some slow motion. Ah. How are you watching me, you weird old man? I could have possibly just made a fan. Some creepy old man was just watching me. Kinda looks like I'm talking to myself, which I basically am, but I'm talking to the phone, so yeah, I look crazy. And now I am being watched. Down the street in that building, there's people watching me. So yeah. So guys, here's a little behind the scenes of the Having Fun with Weapons Part 38. It took me about 3 hours to get everything ready to do this video. You guys probably don't care. I also filmed this before I did all the testing, so yeah. It took me about a minute each for the fill those bottles, so that was around 8 minutes. And then to gather up all the weapons for this video was really complicated because I love all my weapons. Some less than the others, but I had to pick my top 8 favorite weapons. And then there was probably 2 minutes to put my boots on. Dig this out of my closet. Dig a couple of those weapons out of the closet. Go upstairs to my bedroom. Dig stuff out. Somehow a pigeon got in my bedroom. Had to chase it around. And my cat came up there and it was all crazy. Yeah.